Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Carberra, and welcome to the series where I teach you how to build a Discord Pi music bot in your server. We're kind of coming to the end of the series now, and we're taking it a little easy with this one. So in this one I'm going to be showing you how to create a now playing command, so we're going to be displaying information about the current playing song, and I'm also going to be showing you how to skip to a specific song in the queue. We have commands to go backwards and we have commands to go forwards. We don't have one to go to a specific position, so we're going to be doing that this time. Of course, if you find the video helpful at any point, then consider liking, telling me no, and subscribing so you don't miss out on future videos in the series. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Anyone that watched the last video, or anyone that's currently seeing the code on screen, will know that we've passed the biggest difficulty spike now. We're getting easier as we go along to the end of the music series. And today we're going to be outputting information on the track that is currently playing. And we're also going to be skipping to the next track. It just felt as though those two should go together because they're both quite simple things and they're both relatively related. So we're going to create a command, as we always seem to do. We're going to call it playing. Playing. And we're going to give it an alias of now playing, or NP. Async def play commands, self context. We don't need anything else. We need to get the player from the actual context itself. We see say if not player dot is playing. We need to raise player is already paused. And have we already got that error up there? Feels like we have. Yeah, we have got the error. Okay. Yeah, and on that note, we don't actually need to create any new errors or any new constants for this video. It's just the actual commands that we're dealing with here. So that's nice. And then we're going to create an embed because we want it to look good. And we're going to have a title of now playing. We're going to have a color of ctx.author.color. And then we're going to have a timestamp of dt.datetime.utc now. So make sure datetime is imported correctly as dt. Or you could, if you have it imported as datetime, you could do datetime.datetime. It's just how I like to import datetime library. And then we're going to do embed.setAuthor name equals playback information. Again, you can format this embed however you like. This is just kind of how I'm choosing to format for the purposes of showing you all the different things you can put. And then embed.setFooter, and you have text equals and then format string requested. By this is quite a typical. I can't remember if we've done something like this. We may have done something like this for the queue. I don't know. But this is quite a typical thing that Discord bots do. They have like a requested as the footer, just to make things a little more aesthetic, to put it. And then we're going to do embed.add field name equals track title. And then we're going to set the value equals player.queue.current.track.title. And we're going to set the inline equals false. And then we're going to create another field. We're going to set as author. This is the actual track author. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Value. Oh, I suppose the artist. Then I suppose more than the author, even though the current is called the author in the code, but I guess artist makes a bit more sense. So queue and then current track and then .author. And then inline equals false. And then we have our position. So we're going to get the actual position in the song now. So how far through the song it is. And we're also going to be showing how long the song actually is. And this is where I'm looking at my notes here, and this is where things get absolutely nuts. So we're going to have position equals divmod player.position, and then we want to divide that by 60,000 because it gives you the value in milliseconds. And then we're going to have the length equals divmod again. Player.queue.currentTrack.length. And then we're going to divide that by 60,000 because it also gives you it in milliseconds. Despite the fact it doesn't need to, because the final three are always zeros. And then we're going to have our embed, and we're going to add a field to it. What the hell was it doing there? Okay, that was weird. And then we're going to call that position. Sure, it kind of knew what I was going to do, which is a little bit scary, but we do want that on different lines because this next line is a mess. So I'm just going to copy paste it, I think, and I'm going to explain what it's all doing while you're copying it down. So you have the int of position 0. This is the number of minutes. And then you have our colon to separate the two. And then you have round position 1 divided by 1000 colon 02. So what this will do is it will divide the number of milliseconds by 1000 to give us the number of seconds. It will round it if we need to, because I think occasionally you get one that's not like clean. I don't know. It just makes sure that everything works properly. And this colon 02 is actually an F-string formatting option that says to add 2 zeros to the front, or 0 pad it to be 2 in length. So, for example, instead of something like 1 like that, you'd end up with something like this, where you'd have the 0 padded in, but you wouldn't end up with something like this. It would just do that. And then we do the same thing with the length as well. So we have the in length of 0, and then we have the round, and then we do the same thing there. And we separate the two with a slash. And then we're also going to have that inline equals false. And then I'm actually going to shorten this a bit. That's very long, or very wide. And we're going to wait ctx.sends embed equals embeds. And then we're going to go up to where I had it. There we go. That was me just setting all the Git stuff up. I'm going to go back into videos, and I don't actually know what music I'm going to play, so I'm going to quickly have a look and see what we haven't played yet. Okay, so we haven't played Hanging Out by Bruno E, and I do like that song a lot. I use it quite a bit. And so does Michael MJD, which is where I got it. So if you play the song, good little song, and then we do NP, and then I believe it is errored. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we need to go in and we need to actually get the errors to print, go back in, and then Control-C, Control-V. And we need to see what is going wrong here. Absolutely nothing at all. Oh, the alias didn't recognize. Oh, okay. I mistyped that as alias instead of aliases. That's just me being an idiot. But as you can see, we have playback information. Now playing track title Bruno E Hanging Out. Artist no copyright audio library. So this is kind of the YouTube channel, I suppose, of what's actually put it on there. And you have the position. So as you can see, we were 8 seconds through a 4-minute 53-second song. If I do it again, we'll see we're now 41 seconds through it. So that's kind of the basic idea. I don't think you have any way of getting like the thumbnail or anything from this. There might be a way of putting that down. I don't know, and to be honest, I don't think there's much of a point in doing that. I know there are some bots that have like a bar as well that goes across here. I'm going to leave that for you to do as homework, because screw trying to do that. That's not something I'm interested in, and it's not something I'm interested in doing in a video either. I'm tempted to leave the music on while we do the next bit. So what have we got? We've got the skip 2, haven't we? You know, I will actually turn it off because I know people like just being able to hear me and nothing else. They like being able to concentrate on the code. I'm a bit like that, to be honest. I don't really like music in coding videos. And I don't think we need to do an error at all. We do actually need to do an error for the playing command. For the sake of brevity, I will copy paste it on my note. So you have playing command error, and then you have the same thing. Is this exception? Player is already paused. We send a CT. In this case, there is no track currently playing. So if you do that while there's no track playing, then that's what will be output. We're now going to do a skip 2 command. Commands.commands name equals skip 2, or we're going to have an aliases. For some reason in my notes, this is the only name I gave the command. I don't really know why, because the function is skip 2, so who knows, but we'll give it both, why not? Of course, you can give it whatever aliases you want. It is entirely in your hands. We have the index as an int. And then of course we need to get the player from the context, and then we need to do if player.q is empty. So if our queue is empty, we need to raise queue is empty. If not 0 inbounds index. So if the index is not between 0 and the player.q.length, does that need to? I think that needs to be that. I think that needs to be that. I don't think. You know, we'll have it on and we'll see if we actually get an error, because we might get an error. But that's in my notes, but I don't think that's correct. And I'm going to do raise no more tracks. It's just a simple one we can give it. And then we want to do player.q.position equals index -2. So the reason we're doing this is because one, we are indexing for human ability. So you don't say the 0th song in the queue, you say the first song in the queue, but that will be track 0 for us. And we also need to set it to -1 anyway, because when we stop, the position is going to be upped by 1. So 1 is going to be added to the position every time the player stops. That's hard-coded in. So an easy way around it is to just subtract an extra 1 from the position when we actually set it, and then when it goes up after the player stops, it would be where we want it to be. So we could do await player.stop, and then await ctx.send playing track in position index. And this will skip to the track. We do need to do some errors. So skip to command.error, and error 2 specifically. Skip to command self, ctx exception. If is instance, etc. Q is empty. I don't know why I said etc. I meant exception, but whatever. Await ctx.send. There are no tracks in the queue. So this is if it's completely empty, so it won't even try. Else, if the instance of exception, I almost said etc again, is no more tracks. And we just say .send that index is out of the bounds of the queue. And that should be everything we need. So if we go and run the bot, we'll go into videos again, and we'll play Hanging Out again. Why not? Give you a bit more of the track, because it is a nice track. It's a good track. I do like it. And then if we say add Sunday Skating, Golden Gate, add a few kind of classics in there. Make sure you actually do the play. Get the one from Otis McDonald. Let's say play Bad Snacks Easy Sunday as well. Just kind of populating the queue, and then we're going to put one more in there just so we can kind of show it off properly. If you play Papov, I do not remember the name of the song. 1 second. Well, no, that is the name of the song. It's the name of the artist, which is Young Logos. So if we go to the queue command real quick, you can see there's quite a few in there. So if we were to skip to element number 3, which is Easy Sunday by Bad Snacks, we would do skip to 3. And that command has not even slightly fired. We are outputting the errors, so it's not erroring. What? Okay, I've seen the error. Tab 9 screwed me over once again. It didn't put the underscore error here, so it wasn't registering as a command. And now, if we run the command, if we run the help, there we go, the skip 2 is there. Okay, so I'm going to repopulate the queue real quick, and we'll actually check to see if the command works. Okay, so we have our music set up, and we have everything we want in the queue. So if we now try to skip to Bad Snacks Easy Sunday, we do skip to 3. Check position 3, and it's playing the correct track. If we go into the queue again, like so, we'll see that the next up is the Young Logos. However, we can skip to 2, and we can also go back in the queue because we've done kind of our MP3 style. we can do this. And if we go back, you'll see it now playing. And then next up is Bad Snacks once again. If you go to the previous one, it goes back to where we were before. So yeah, that is basically all I wanted to talk about with these two things. Obviously they're two quite different things, but I felt they were connected and they were both quite short, so I thought I'd put them in one video. Of course, if you have any questions, don't be scared to leave them in the comments, or you can join Discord server using the link in the description. But yeah, with that, I'd like to thank my amazing patrons on screen now. £1 a month, you can be on that screen as well. And I will see you next time where we actually wrap this up for Discord.py music, and indeed Discord.py entirely, by creating a seek command and a restart command. So the seek command will allow us to seek to a specific point in the song, and our restart command will just restart the current track that we are on. So I'll see you for that.